Hi, Joyce Leake here. Happy 2019. 2019. Can you believe it? I don't know that I can, but here I am, so I better, right? This really begins a kickoff for me of years and years of accumulating data and having the privilege of a really cool insight with people as I've been communicating with their animals over the course of 30 years. And in that process, boy, have I learned a lot about us people. Yikes. What keeps us going, what holds us up, what, our fears, anticipations, all those glitches and all those successes and happinesses and all the stuff that we carry around in our head. And I started thinking about this really seriously about 2 years ago. And as most of you know, I've put together a couple of different beta groups, and I've been working with these people long distance as well as in person. And I just got to tell you, it is amazing to watch people bloom, including myself. And so I'll give ourselves credit for helping us to elevate ourselves to another level. But from that, I have gleaned a lot of information and I put it together into individual snippets and packets. And that's what I want to present to you. I am not a hype person. I really am not impressed with all of the excitement and anticipation and rejuvenation that's come into my email inbox and across my Facebook feeds, etc. All of this just does not do anything for me. Maybe it did several years ago. You can do it and I can help you and I can coach and I can mentor you and I can, walk you through the steps. Well, I've taken a lot of those courses. I've participated in a lot of those symposiums, 3 days, 1 day, half a day. And I got to tell you, I got a lot out of them. These people are really valued. They know what they're talking about. They've got really good, slick presentations, and they just make you feel like, yeah, I can do it. And we absolutely can. But every time I go to these presentations, I'm looking for the nuggets that are not there. I'm hoping that somebody brings it home, that somebody puts it all together into a handy little package and teaches that to me. Well, that perplexing question has been nagging me for years. And, the resource that I always default to are animals, because as most of you know, I've been an animal communicator for too many years to count, more than 30 now. But what I find with animals is how simple they are and how black and white they are and how unhypey they are. They really are not, they just kind of go along with our life. They mold and meld according to whomever they happen to be living with, and they live a relatively happy life. Some of them are very high achievers, others are very complacent, and others are really couch potatoes. But when I started thinking about that, I started correlating that to people. That's exactly who we are too. The difference between the animals and us is that we have to make a living. We have to be out there functioning. We have to be out there intermingling in a world. Our animals really are just at home or in our barn. They have particular purpose in our lives, but it's not to pay the mortgage, the light bill, buy the car, put the kids through college, put the food on the table. They're just there to eat the scraps, if nothing else. So this is what has really motivated and inspired me. And this is for lack of a better term, I've put together a series of snippets, small bites, small increments of epiphanies, what ifs, what in the world? How come we're making things so difficult? These little simple and easy awakenings, if you will, teach you a lot about yourself, because in order to really get the best and the most and the biggest out of the self-help category on the bookshelf, the symposiums, the classes, the all of the courses that are offered to us, unless we know what these pieces are, what these components are, we're going to really gain about 70 to 75% of these highly esteemed professional, really well delivered programs can offer us. Because their hope is to inspire us. My promise is to inform us, and particularly to inform you. Because if you're not fully aware of who you really are, then you're going into anything not fully foundationalized, so to speak, to be able to get the most out of it. So that's what I'm all about. I'm here to teach you, to share with you, to tell you, to inform you of the components of which you are made. Now, here's a hint. You are here on this earth plane for 2 reasons. 2. Just 2. And they're pretty simple. The first reason is you are here to remember. Now think about that. You're here to remember. Okay. The question, obviously, remember what? And why would I want to remember? And what in the world will be the value or the outcome when I remember? Well, once you learn that you have a memory that is so much bigger than you can hardly conceptualize, you know what? You're just going to be, your socks are going to knock off and they're going to fly out the window. Plain and simple. You have a cache of information readily available to you that is yours for the asking and the taking. It's you. You're not taking it from anyone else. You're just retrieving it from yourself. But you got to know what that is and how to do it. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2 is that it is really important for you to discover your divine attribute. Now, most of the time we hear this word purpose. What's my purpose? What's my purpose? Well, your purpose is to proceed in your life with your divine attribute as your foundation and your guide. So in this series of snippets, you're going to learn what your divine attribute is and how it's pretty much been in front of you this whole time, every time you look in the mirror. But remember, we don't remember how to see it or to access it or even what to do with it when we get it. So that's just an example of some of the stuff that you're going to get into this program. The other thing that I want to mention to you is that everything that I'm talking to you about applies to everyone else in the world. And so when we try to interact with people other than ourselves, of course, we're interacting with them on varying levels. And did you know that there are basically 3 levels or 3 areas, 3 degrees of consciousness? Just 3 on this earth plane. And we ebb and flow within and among and around and surround in this groups of 3, and we're not even aware of what it is. No wonder we have a difficult time communicating with each other. So, there's so much more for me to share with you, and I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a lot of fun. In these snippets are also going to be included things to do. We all need to have something to keep us on track. My job is to inform, inspire, and to help you retrieve your memory and your divine attribute and to do something with it. The world is waiting. And as my friend said, we all think we have enough time. Good grief, it's 2019. How long have you been waiting? I know I've been waiting a heck of a long time. So I'm Joyce Leake. Come on board. It's going to be a lot of fun. You know what? We're going to start with item number 1, learning how to remember. I can't wait. See ya. Love ya. Bye.